Taehyung shocks everyone. His IG story explodes, dance trio with J-Hope and Jungkook takes over the internet. Hello ARMY. Welcome back to the channel. This time, don't just watch. Stay a little longer. Let this moment unfold slowly. Because what we're about to revisit isn't just another clip that passed through your timeline. It's something that lingered. Something that stayed long after the screen went dark. It all began quietly. No countdown. No teaser. No warning. Just a single notification. Appearing like any other. Taehyung added to his story. Simple. Almost easy to ignore. But somehow, it never is. Because when it comes to Taehyung, even the smallest update can carry something unexpected. Something more. And the moment ARMY tapped on that story, everything shifted. Not a still image. Not something you glance at and move on from. But a video. A moving moment. Alive from the very first second. And instantly, the world seemed to pause. There he was. Taehyung. Standing there with that quiet confidence. That doesn't demand attention. Yet somehow, takes all of it. There's no rush in his movement. No urgency to impress. And yet, every second feels intentional. Every small gesture feels like it matters. Because Taehyung has never needed to try too hard. He simply exists in the moment. And the moment reshapes itself around him. Then the frame widens. And suddenly, it's not just him. J-Hope appears, bringing with him a spark that instantly changes the atmosphere. And Jungkook. Grounded, focused, steady. 3 energies. 3 different styles. But somehow, perfectly aligned. Then the music begins. Soft at first. Almost like a whisper. Before it pulls everything together. And as the beat settles in, they move. Not dramatically. Not with overwhelming intensity. But with something far more powerful. Control. Taehyung moves like water. Fluid. Effortless. Unpredictable in the most beautiful way. There's a looseness in his shoulders. A quiet rhythm in the way he shifts his weight. And yet, nothing is accidental. Every motion feels lived in. Felt. As if the music isn't something he's dancing to, but something he understands. J-Hope beside him is fire. Sharp lines. Explosive energy. Every beat hits differently when he moves. He doesn't just follow the rhythm. He amplifies it. He turns something simple into something electric. And Jungkook. He's precision. Every step lands exactly where it should. Every transition is seamless. There's strength in his control. Power in his restraint. And when all 3 move together, it becomes something else entirely. Not just choreography. Not just a trend. But a moment of connection. A silent understanding between them. No words exchanged. No signals needed. Just instinct. Just trust. Just years of moving side by side. Coming together in a few seconds that somehow feel bigger than they should. And for ARMY watching, time starts to blur. Because it was supposed to be quick. Just a short watch. A passing moment. But something holds you there. Something tells you, wait, watch that again. So you do. And suddenly, you notice more. The way Taehyung's gaze briefly meets the camera. Like he's aware of every person watching. The slight curve of his lips. Not a full smile, but enough to shift the entire mood. The way his movements don't compete, but still stand out. And you realize, this isn't just about dance. It's about presence. That unexplainable quality. That makes someone impossible to ignore. And Taehyung has mastered it. Meanwhile, the internet begins to react. Slowly at first. Then all at once. Clips are shared. Reposted. Looped endlessly. Twitter fills with reactions. TikTok transforms the moment into a trend. Instagram becomes an echo of the same few seconds. Played over and over again. Different angles. Different edits. But the same feeling. Excitement. Awe. And something deeper. Something harder to name. Because beneath the surface, this moment carries weight. Not because it was grand. Not because it was planned. But because it felt real. Unfiltered. Like a glimpse into something genuine. No stage lights. No audience cheers. Just them. Just three people. Who have shared years of memories. Standing side by side once again. And maybe that's why it hits differently. Because it reminds people of something. Of time past. Of growth. Of everything that's changed. And everything that hasn't. And in the center of it all, Taehyung remains. Not louder. Not bigger. But somehow deeper. His movements don't just fill space. They create feeling. A quiet kind of impact. That doesn't fade quickly. And that's why, even after the video ends, it doesn't really end. Because your mind goes back. Again and again. Replaying specific moments. Trying to hold onto details. That felt too fast the first time. And just when it feels like you've seen everything, you notice something new. A shift in timing. A subtle glance. A breath between movements. Proof that even the smallest seconds can carry the most meaning. Hours pass. The story remains. Still being watched. Still being shared. Still growing beyond what it was meant to be. Until eventually, time catches up. As it always does. 24 hours. And just like that, it disappears. Gone from the story. Gone from the original place it lived. But not gone from people. Because by then, it already belongs somewhere else. In memory. In emotion. In that quiet space. Where certain moments choose to stay. And even after it's over, people don't move on right away. They return. They search for reposts. They replay clips. They talk about it. As if it just happened. Because some moments refuse to feel finished. And this was one of them. Not because it demanded attention. But because it earned it. Not because it tried to be unforgettable. But because it simply was. And Taehyung, once again, did what he always seems to do. He turned something brief into something lasting. Something soft into something powerful. Something simple into something impossible to forget. So now, the question isn't how viral it became. It's not about numbers, or views, or trends. It's something quieter than that. Something more personal. It's this. Why do a few seconds, a single Instagram story, feel like a moment that stays with you long after it's gone? And maybe The answer isn't something you explain. Maybe it's something you feel. Something you carry. Something that lingers in the background, long after everything else has moved on. Because sometimes, the smallest moments leave the deepest marks. And this was one of them.